This video is going to show you how to wire up your 1 watt star LED using a USB power cable and a 10 ohm resistor. You can tell it's a 10 ohm resistor because it has a brown, black and black stripe. So first thing we need to do is chop off this end off of our power cable using the cutters. Just chop nice and close to the end and chop that away. We don't need that, that can now go in the scrap pile. Next job is to strip this cable. Okay, now you might need a few goes at this, but what we need to do is using the cutters, grip about 3 centimeters down, okay, just sort of gently cut and then get a good grip of the cable and just pull it away, okay, to release this outer cable. You'll either have a red and a grey or a red and a blue. Okay, so we're not right back. Now what we need to do is strip about 1 centimetre off each one of these. Okay, so we do that by just pinching and again pulling it away. If we cut all the way through, you've got enough to just have another go, just to try a second time. Again, about 1 centimetre off this one as well. Okay. Next thing we need to do is just give these a really good twist to create, just sort of try and get rid of all the individual strands, to create one strong piece of wire. Okay, do the same on the red one. Okay, keep twisting it until you get a nice strong piece. Okay, now at this stage is when you need to pass your cable through the hole that you've already cut in your lamp. Okay, so just pinch the two bits together, try not to undo the good work that you've just done, poke it through, go from the outside to the inside. Okay, and then give them a good pull through and bring the whole cable through until the USB cable is pretty much there. Okay, now we're only going to work now on this end. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is connect the red to the resistor. So what we do on the resistor, we just fold one end back in half, okay, to create that little loop. What we need to do then with the red cable is put the red cable through and just create a little loop like so. I'll just show you that one again. So just poke the red one through, okay, and just sort of pull back to create that loop. It's quite fiddly, as you can see, but we create basically 2 loops, then pinch one end and then just give it a twist by twisting and spinning the resistor to create a nice joint here. Okay, we need to solder that up, so we use a small bit of solder wire and our soldering iron. Make sure the tip of your soldering iron is nice and shiny, and best way to do this is actually put the soldering iron onto, so hold the wire still with one finger here, put the soldering iron right on the joint where you want to solder, okay, release and then feed the solder in for about 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, now if you keep that on, then what you need to do is just put your finger onto the wire and just gently move the soldering iron away. Okay, and you can see, just let this cool. This will still be hot for about 30 seconds, so just leave that to cool down and it will solidify and give you a really good solid joint. Okay, as you can see now there, you've got a really good joint. On the other end of the resistor, we need to trim this down, so there's only about 1 centimetre of wire after, so we just cut that off like so there. Okay, and we're going to do the same with our end of our black or grey or blue wire, which is our negative. Just chop that off as well, so there's only about 1 centimetre of wire here. Now on our resistor, it's marked up with a negative and a positive. Okay, now the one with the resistor on is going to go to the positive, so we're going to do that one first. Okay, so just get your wire sort of into a nice sort of arranged order. Quite fiddly. Put the end of the resistor on, and this is where you need to just clamp down that wire and put the resistor soldering iron on top to hold it in place. Take your, just move it into the middle of the picture. Okay, so resistor on, clamp it down in place using the soldering iron, and then just feed in some solder. Okay. Then gripping it with your fingers, make sure to grip it up here, and just hold it in place while that actually sets. Okay, give the soldering iron a clean. Okay, it'll set after a few seconds. Okay, that's now set in place. Then what we can do is sort of bend it around slightly and move the negative or the black or the grey wire onto the minus. Again, pinch it down with a soldering iron. Give the soldering iron a clean if you need to. Pinch it in place. And get your solder and feed solder in. Okay, and again, hold it in place, being careful to keep your fingers away from that solder and it will get hot. Okay, that's now all fixed in place. Okay, and what you can do now is pull the cable through. Okay, to put your USB light inside your lamp. Okay, that's the end of the video.